Have you ever met someone who seemed to glow from within? Someone whose face radiates youth, peace, and energy, even when you know they're much older than they look? It's not always about skincare, diet, or genetics. Sometimes what makes a person look younger is something far deeper, something spiritual. In this video, we'll uncover 8 powerful spiritual meanings that influence how we appear, how we age, and how we carry light in this physical form. Because real youth doesn't just live in the skin, it lives in the soul. Let's begin. 1. The old soul who glows with peace, the eye. First meaning lies in being an old soul who has found peace. Old souls have lived through countless emotional seasons. Heartbreak, betrayal, loss, and the painful lessons of human experience. But rather than hardening, they soften. Rather than closing off, they open. You can see it in their eyes. That calm stillness that doesn't fight with life anymore. That quiet acceptance that says, everything happens as it should. This peace creates a kind of inner harmony that slows aging at a cellular level. Because when your nervous system feels safe, your body relaxes. When you let go of inner resistance, your energy begins to flow again. When you stop fighting time, time begins to serve you. That's why some people in their 40s or 50s radiate the same freshness as someone in their 20s. They've learned to surrender. And peace, my friend, is the most powerful beauty secret the universe ever created. 2. The heart that overflows with kindness. Have you noticed how people who are genuinely kind seem to glow? There's something about compassion that softens the entire face. Wrinkles become gentle. Eyes sparkle with warmth. The aura feels safe, inviting, alive. Kindness is not just an emotion, it's energy. It's light flowing through the soul. When you live with empathy, you open invisible channels that allow divine love to move freely through you. That love becomes a current of youth, constantly renewing and refreshing your vibration. Anger ages. Bitterness tightens. Resentment freezes, but kindness keeps you soft, and softness is timeless. Even science has shown that people who practice compassion and gratitude have lower stress hormones, better immunity, and slower cellular aging. But what science can't explain is that unseen glow, the one that comes from a heart that truly loves, even after being broken. That's the spiritual secret of youthful energy. A heart that never stops loving. 3. The soul connected to the universe. Some people carry an almost mystical presence, like they're in tune with something beyond this world. They walk gently. They speak slowly. They seem to understand life's hidden rhythms. This is the 3rd spiritual meaning of youthful appearance. Alignment with the universe. When your energy is synced with the natural flow of creation, the cycles of the moon, the breath of the earth, the pulse of the stars, your body harmonizes with divine intelligence. That harmony expresses itself through balance, and in balance is beauty. A soul that walks in tune with the universe doesn't drain itself trying to control life. It listens, it flows, it trusts. That trust creates a vibration of serenity, and serenity manifests as radiance. So if you've ever been told that you look different, that your presence feels light or otherworldly, it's because your spirit is resonating with the same frequency as the cosmos, and nothing ages slower than a soul in harmony with divine flow. 4. The healer's energy. Healers often carry a mysterious youthfulness. They may not always have perfect skin or the model kind of beauty, but their energy feels alive, magnetic, and ageless. Why? Because they are constantly channeling divine energy through them. When you help others, pray for them, or lift someone's burden with your empathy, you become a vessel for pure light. That light doesn't just flow outward, it cleanses you within. Every act of healing, whether through words, touch, or presence, renews your own vibration. You release old pain. You burn away stagnant energy. You align closer with your higher purpose, and that alignment translates into vitality. Real, visible vitality that people can feel. The universe blesses healers with a youthful glow, not as vanity, but as a sign of divine life flowing through them. Their faces become mirrors of light. Their eyes reflect eternity. 5. The power of inner joy. True joy isn't loud. It doesn't need music or parties. It lives quietly inside those who have learned to find beauty in simplicity. Have you ever seen someone laugh from their soul? That kind of laughter doesn't just wrinkle the skin, it brightens the aura. Joy is the soul's sunlight. It feeds your energy body. It expands your frequency. It tells the universe, I am alive and I am grateful to be. When joy lives inside you, your cells vibrate at a higher frequency. This frequency keeps your immune system strong, your mind young, and your energy magnetic. That's why spiritually joyful people often appear light, both physically and energetically. It's not denial or fake positivity. It's faith. It's the deep knowing that life is sacred, even in its imperfection. And when you live with that awareness, your soul keeps shining, no matter how many birthdays you've had. 6. The wisdom of silence. In a world obsessed with noise, constant opinions, and endless scrolling, silence becomes a luxury and a spiritual fountain of youth. When you learn to enjoy your own company, to sit in quiet reflection, to listen to your breath and the whispers of your intuition, you begin to tap into timelessness. Silence resets your frequency. It allows your nervous system to heal, your thoughts to settle, and your spirit to remember who you are. That stillness emanates outward, into your face, your posture, your voice. You begin to look calm, centered, radiant. People might say, you look different, without knowing why. It's because your energy is no longer scattered. It's gathered, collected, whole. That's what makes silence sacred. It rejuvenates the soul from the inside out. When the mind is quiet, the light of the soul shines brighter through the body, and that light is what people mistake for youth. 7. The gift of forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't just heal others. It heals you, every grudge you hold, every wound you carry, every I'll never forget. They all create energetic weight. That weight shows on your face, your posture, your aura, but when you forgive, truly forgive, you free yourself from that heaviness. Your eyes soften. Your body relaxes. Your spirit breathes again. Forgiveness is not weakness. It's an act of power. The power to choose peace over pain, and peace has a direct impact on your vitality. Think of your energy field as a mirror. Anger clouds it. Guilt smudges it. Resentment cracks it. But forgiveness wipes it clean, allowing divine light to reflect clearly through you. That's why those who forgive easily seem to carry a fresh, glowing presence. They've stopped carrying the past. They've returned to innocence, and innocence is the essence of youth. 8. The light of purpose, finally. Nothing keeps the spirit young like purpose. Purpose gives you reason to rise every morning with fire in your eyes and hope in your heart. It pulls you forward, keeps your energy moving, and fills you with meaning, no matter your age. When you live with purpose, you are connected to something bigger than yourself. You're guided by divine intention. That connection infuses your body with vitality, because the universe supports everything that lives in alignment with its will. You've probably met elders who still sparkle with energy, who create, teach, serve, and inspire long after the world expects them to rest. They don't age like others, because their souls are still expanding. They live for something eternal, and eternity never wrinkles. Purpose turns survival into creation. It transforms routine into sacred action. It gives your spirit a reason to dance inside this human form, and that dance, that sacred movement, keeps your light young forever. The hidden science of spiritual youth van Dumain Sensibari. Though what we're talking about is deeply spiritual, it also aligns with what science is beginning to understand. When you live in harmony, peaceful, kind, joyful, forgiving, your body produces less cortisol, the stress hormone that accelerates aging. Your heart rate stabilizes. Your immune system strengthens. Your cells regenerate more efficiently because your energy is flowing freely. But beyond biology, there's the unseen, your aura. Your aura reflects your emotional and spiritual health. When it's vibrant, it acts as a shield, keeping negative energy from draining your life force. When it's dull or chaotic, you feel tired, heavy, and old, no matter your physical age. So the real key to staying young isn't about defying time. It's about protecting and nurturing your light. When you live with gratitude, compassion, and alignment, you raise your vibration, and that vibration becomes visible. It glows through your eyes, your smile, your entire being, returning to the source at the deepest level. Youth is not about years. It's about closeness to the source. Children appear radiant because they are still connected to that pure divine energy. They haven't yet learned to fear, to hate, to close off. As we grow, we often lose that connection. We take on wounds, beliefs, comparisons, responsibilities. Our light dims under layers of survival. But the spiritual path, the path of awakening, is a return. It's a journey back to that original innocence, that pure essence that lives beneath all conditioning. When you begin to remember your divine nature, your energy changes. You stop chasing beauty and begin embodying it. You stop fearing age and start honoring time as a sacred dance of transformation. You realize that true youth is not about escaping the years, and it's about carrying eternity within them. When you start to truly live from your soul instead of your survival, something begins to shift, not just in your energy, but in the way people perceive you. The lines on your face start to tell stories of wisdom rather than weariness. Your eyes no longer hide behind fear. They shine with knowing. You stop chasing beauty, and beauty starts to find you. There's a moment in every awakened life when you realize that the world's definition of youth has always been too small. The world says youth is about how few wrinkles you have, how tight your skin is, how fast your body recovers. But the universe whispers something far deeper, that youth is the frequency of renewal, the vibration of aliveness, the spark that refuses to dim no matter what your age is. When your energy is renewed, your body follows. Because the body listens to the spirit. The way you think, the way you love, the way you speak to yourself, all of it shapes your vibration, and your vibration shapes your physical form. Every thought you think is a signal to your cells, and your cells obey. That's why people who live in gratitude and wonder seem to have softer energy, clearer eyes, and smoother skin. Gratitude relaxes your energy field. It opens the flow of life through you. Every time you pause to say, "Thank you for this moment," you become more aligned with creation itself. And creation is forever young, forever expanding, forever blooming. Think about nature, the ocean, the mountains, the trees. They never rush. They never fear aging. A tree grows, sheds its leaves, stands bare, and grows again, without a trace of resistance. The universe renews itself endlessly. You too are part of that same rhythm. You are not separate from creation. You are creation experiencing itself as human. And when you remember that, the illusion of decay starts to fade. Have you ever met an elderly person whose spirit felt brighter than most 20-year-olds? Their smile carries light. Their voice carries gentleness. Their presence fills the space like a warm sunrise. That's what it means to live in spiritual youth. They may have aged physically, but their soul stayed in motion. Alive, curious, grateful, giving. Because aging doesn't happen only in the body, it happens in the spirit first. The body merely follows the story the spirit believes. When you believe you are old, tired, and done, your energy contracts. But when you believe you are still growing, learning, expanding, your body responds with vitality. Every morning you wake up is an opportunity to tell a new story to your cells. Today I am alive. Today I am renewed. Your body listens. It begins to vibrate at the same frequency as your belief. And slowly the mirror starts reflecting that new vibration back to you. Spiritual youth is not about denying age. It's about embracing time as a sacred teacher. The more you accept time, the more timeless you become. Because resistance creates tension, and tension makes energy stagnant. Acceptance, on the other hand, keeps the river flowing. The most radiant people in the world are not those who never age, but those who age gracefully, souls who carry every year like a jewel, not a burden. They don't hide from life's changes. They honor them. They treat every gray hair as a thread of moonlight, every wrinkle as a signature of the soul. They have learned that beauty deepens with experience, that maturity carries a different kind of light, softer, truer, wiser. And yet, within that wisdom, there is still play. The child within them never died. The curiosity, the wonder, the laughter, they kept it alive. That's another secret of youthful energy, keeping your inner child awake. The inner child is your purest connection to the divine. It's the part of you that believes in magic, that feels joy for no reason, that dances with life without needing to understand it. When you abandon your inner child, when you stop dreaming, stop laughing, stop believing, you lose touch with your eternal nature. But when you nurture that inner innocence, you remain in direct contact with the source of all vitality. Spend time doing things that make your soul laugh. Watch sunsets. Play in the rain. Sing even if you're off-key. Talk to your plants. Thank your coffee. Smile at strangers. These small acts awaken the child of light within you, and that light rejuvenates everything it touches. There's also something deeply spiritual about self-compassion. When you treat yourself gently, when you stop criticizing your flaws and start honoring your humanity, you create a vibration of love within your cells. Your body responds to that love. Muscles relax. The skin glows. The aura expands. You see, your body is not your enemy. It's your ally, your sacred vessel. It listens closely to your emotions and your inner dialogue. Every harsh word you say to yourself leaves an imprint. Every act of self-love repairs that imprint. So, if you want to stay radiant, speak to yourself as you would speak to someone you love deeply. Say, I am proud of you. Say, you are enough. Say, thank you for carrying me through everything. When the body feels loved, it begins to heal. And healing brings back the youthful glow you thought was gone forever. Another layer of spiritual youth lies in creativity. Creativity is divine energy in motion. It's the universe expressing itself through you. Whether you paint, write, sing, build, or simply imagine, that creative flow keeps your spirit young. Because when you create, you step into timelessness. Hours disappear. Thoughts quiet down. You merge with life itself. That's why artists, dreamers, and visionaries often seem ageless. They live in the flow. They live in awe. They are constantly touching the eternal. But perhaps one of the most powerful aspects of looking and feeling younger is the practice of presence. Being fully present, completely here, right now is the purest form of spiritual beauty. When you're present, you're not carrying the weight of the past or the anxiety of the future. You are light. You are free. Presence softens your face because it relaxes your energy. It brightens your eyes because it brings clarity. It fills your aura with harmony because your soul and your body are finally aligned in the same moment. When you breathe consciously, when you listen deeply, when you eat with awareness, when you walk without rushing, life slows down. And when life slows down, time slows down. The cells begin to align with your calmness, your gratitude, your awareness. And suddenly you no longer look like you're racing through life. You look timeless because in that moment you are. Another key to inner youth is the energy of giving. When you give, not from obligation but from love, you become a channel of divine abundance. Giving opens your heart chakra, allowing the life force to circulate freely through your body. That flow of generosity nourishes you as much as it blesses others. There's a kind of light that only appears in givers, the light of fulfillment, of meaning, of soul connection. Every time you help someone, listen without judgment, or share your energy freely, you call more life into yourself. That is why selfless people often have radiant faces. They've allowed the current of divine love to move through them without resistance. And then there's faith. Faith is ageless. When you have faith, not just in God, but in life, in the unseen order of things, you rest deeper. Your mind no longer fights every challenge. You begin to trust that everything is unfolding perfectly for your growth. Faith dissolves fear, and fear is the true cause of premature aging. Fear tightens the heart, shortens the breath, and dims the light. But faith opens the heart, deepens the breath, and lets the light flow freely again. So if you want to glow, not just look young but feel young, return to faith. Believe that life is on your side, that the divine has not forgotten you, that every season of your life, no matter how heavy, is preparing you for more light. The universe responds to that kind of trust. It rewards faith with grace. Grace makes everything in your energy smoother, your face, your aura, your emotions. It brings ease to your expression. People may not understand why you seem so peaceful, so radiant, so alive, but you'll know, it's the peace of being held by something greater. There's also a sacred mystery in solitude. Solitude is not loneliness. It's communion with your soul. When you spend time alone, truly listening, you cleanse your inner world. You remember your essence beyond noise, beyond roles, beyond comparison. And in that remembering, you renew your light. The most magnetic people are those who are comfortable in their own silence. They don't need to fill the space with chatter. They don't need to seek validation. Their energy speaks louder than words. That kind of quiet confidence, born from deep self-connection, is pure youthfulness. You see, the spirit that is comfortable in stillness carries no restlessness, and restlessness ages the energy field. But peace rejuvenates it. So much of spiritual youth is about lightness in thought, lightness in emotion, lightness in how you move through life. The more you let go, the lighter you become. Let go of old grudges. Let go of needing to prove yourself. Let go of timelines and comparisons. Because when your energy is burdened, it sinks. And when it sinks, your radiance dims. But when you release, you rise. Your vibration rises, your aura expands, and people can literally see it. That's why those who live simply, forgive easily, and love freely seem to carry a soft, glowing energy that defies their age. And finally, remember this: energy never lies. You can't fake radiance. True glow doesn't come from filters or facades. It comes from inner alignment. When your thoughts, words, and actions are in harmony with love, you radiate authenticity. That authenticity is magnetic. It's healing. It's eternally young. When your soul finally understands that it is eternal, something profound happens inside you. You stop rushing. You stop fearing. You stop trying to capture youth like something that could ever be lost. You begin to live from a deeper place, where beauty no longer depends on symmetry, but on spirit. You realize that radiance is not something you create. It's something you remember, because deep down, you've always been light. Before the world told you to compete, to compare, to chase, you were already shining. The glow you seek was never gone. It was simply covered by years of stress, self-doubt, and forgetting who you are. And when you start to strip those layers away, through silence, kindness, gratitude, and presence, you don't just feel younger. You become timeless. Every moment of awareness rebuilds your energy field. Every deep breath repairs what fear once fractured. Every time you forgive, you reclaim a piece of your light. That's how the soul restores itself. Quietly, gently, one act of grace at a time. There's a sacred reason why joy makes people glow. It puts you in direct contact with divine current. The universe itself vibrates at the frequency of joy. When you laugh, dance, or create, you harmonize with that frequency. You become like sunlight, alive, warm, and uncontainable. That is the real meaning of being young, to remain connected to the energy of creation. But let's go deeper. What actually ages a person, spiritually and energetically, is not time. It's contraction. Every time you hold on to fear, guilt, or resentment, your energy contracts. Every time you close your heart, your light withdraws. And when your light withdraws, the body begins to mirror that closing. The skin dulls, the eyes lose spark, the aura fades. But when you open, when you allow love, forgiveness, and curiosity to move through you, your entire being expands again. The flow of life returns. Your face softens. Your heart shines through your expression. You become magnetic again, not because you're trying to attract, but because your energy naturally draws everything that vibrates with life. This is why some people, even in their 70s or 80s, look like they're lit from within. They've stopped contracting. They've stopped defending themselves against life. Instead, they participate in it fully, grateful for every sunrise, curious about every season, open to every lesson. They no longer fear endings because they've learned that endings are just beginnings disguised in different forms. To live that way is to live eternally young. But it takes courage to let go of what hardens you. Many people spend years protecting their pain, thinking it keeps them safe. They build walls made of anger, sarcasm, and pride, unaware that those walls also trap their light inside. To remain young at heart, you must dare to stay soft in a world that rewards hardness. You must be willing to love again even after loss, to hope again even after disappointment, to start again even after failure. Softness is not weakness. It's spiritual strength. It's the ability to stay open while everything around you tries to close you. And that openness keeps your energy flowing, keeps your face gentle, keeps your presence luminous. Look at children. They cry easily, laugh easily, forgive easily. Their emotions move freely like rivers. That's why their energy feels so pure. They haven't yet learned to block the flow. You too can return to that flow, not by becoming naive again, but by being wise enough to choose softness after everything you've survived. The soul that stays fluid never grows old. Now imagine your spirit as a field of light. Every thought, emotion, and choice shapes that field. When you think thoughts of love, gratitude, and peace, your field brightens. When you dwell on fear, bitterness, or self-judgment, it dims. The key to eternal radiance is not controlling life, but caring for your inner light. Keep it clear, keep it open, keep it aligned with love. Sometimes that means withdrawing from noise. Sometimes it means spending time in nature, feeling the earth breathe beneath your feet. Sometimes it means sitting in meditation and remembering that you are more than this body. You are awareness itself, infinite and eternal. When you touch that awareness even for a moment, your whole vibration changes. You feel lighter, clearer, freer. That freedom radiates through your face and your aura. People around you sense it even if they can't explain it. They might say, "You look peaceful," or "You seem different." What they're really feeling is your soul remembering its true form. And the more often you return to that remembrance, the less time can touch you. Because time only ages what is temporary. The eternal cannot age. It can only expand. That's why spiritual masters across cultures often appear radiant, ageless. Their eyes hold galaxies. Their smiles feel eternal. It's not illusion. It's alignment. They've shed identification with the body and live rooted in spirit. You can sense that when you're near them, the energy feels young but not childish. Pure but powerful. Infinite yet grounded. You don't have to be a monk or mystic to access that state. You only need to live consciously. Start noticing how your energy feels after certain experiences. Which people uplift you? Which thoughts drain you? Which habits open your heart, and which close it? Choose what expands you. Walk away from what contracts you. That's how you protect your light. Because every time you honor your energy, you honor your youth. Another secret most people don't realize is that humility keeps the spirit young. The more humble you are, the more connected you stay to the divine. Pride, comparison, and the need to prove yourself create tension. But humility relaxes your soul. It reminds you that you're already enough, already loved, already guided. A humble heart doesn't age because it doesn't carry the weight of pretending. It simply is. It breathes, it learns, it gives, it receives. And in that natural rhythm, your energy stays fluid. The ego ages, the spirit does not. Then there's the power of gratitude, which is like spiritual skincare for the soul. When you thank life for every detail, the people, the pain, the miracles, you begin to vibrate with appreciation. That vibration keeps your energy field golden. Gratitude is the energy of expansion, and expansion always feels youthful. Each time you say, "Thank you," you remind the universe that you are awake to its beauty. And the universe responds by giving you more beauty to witness, more grace to receive, more light to carry. Think of it like this. Your energy is a mirror of your inner world. The more beauty you see, the more beauty you reflect. The more peace you feel, the more peace you project. Your reflection in the physical world becomes the echo of your spiritual state. Even your posture, the way you move, the way you breathe, all of it mirrors your consciousness. A soul heavy with worry bends the shoulders, lowers the gaze, shortens the breath. But a soul filled with trust stands tall, breathes deeply, and walks with ease. That's why some people seem to float when they walk. They're not carrying the weight of fear. Lightness, both physical and emotional, is a sign of spiritual youth. To maintain that lightness, you must release the need to be in control all the time. Control ages the spirit because it keeps you in constant tension. Surrender, on the other hand, keeps you fluid. It doesn't mean you give up, it means you trust the flow of life. When you trust life, your body relaxes into its natural rhythm. Your face softens. Your heart opens. You glow without trying. That glow is faith embodied. Faith and surrender create what could be called divine rest. In divine rest, your soul is no longer battling the current. It's floating with it. That's when miracles begin to happen, not only outside you, but within you. Healing accelerates. Inspiration flows. Your energy renews itself effortlessly, and the more you live in that state, the younger your spirit becomes. Because the soul that trusts never tires, it simply evolves. In truth, spiritual youth is not about maintaining the illusion of perfection. It's about embodying wholeness. It's about loving the cracks, the scars, the stories that made you. Because when you love all of yourself, every version, every chapter, you stop fragmenting your energy. You become whole again. Wholeness is the essence of vitality. People can feel when you've accepted yourself. It's in your tone, your presence, your silence. You radiate safety, the kind that allows others to rest. That kind of energy is rare and magnetic. It pulls others toward you, not because you're trying to impress, but because your peace feels like home. And here's something beautiful. When your spirit feels at home, your body follows. The muscles release. The heart beats smoothly. The breath deepens. The face brightens. Everything in you begins to reflect that inner harmony. That's what makes the chosen ones, those who walk in awareness, look eternally vibrant. They live in harmony with their essence. They don't waste energy pretending to be what they're not. They know their worth comes from the divine, not from the mirror. You can always tell when someone lives from that space. Their presence feels sacred. Their laughter feels pure. They bring peace wherever they go. Time seems to pause around them. That's not magic, it's alignment.